Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm YouTube famous, and I'm sick. You guys, if you've been following my Twitter or my Snapchat, I apologize for coughing and all that kind of stuff. Get over it. I am so sick. The tweets, the snaps, and everything has been so nice. But like any great actor, like Channon Rose is a great actress, like Meryl Streep is a great actress, I need to come back to my fans because what will my fans do without me? I have so many videos. Somebody said the other day on one of my videos, they said, you're running out of ideas. Really? I have notes in my phone, 30 notes long of 50,000 things that I could do videos about. You have no idea. But anyway, did you guys see the background? I got two new things, little Halloween Funko Pops that two of my friends got for me. And my friend Tanya, because she knew about all my, nasty comments, got me a troll. She got me my own personal troll, which... Oh, look, it comes with a headband. I haven't fixed her up yet. I think I'm going to call her Judy. But anyway, she comes with a little headband and a little comb. And you can get it for $4.98 at Walmart. Because I know now that everybody's going to want their own personal Judy. Because you guys all want your own poopy de chiffon. Poopy de chiffon and the nail polish are over there. I forgot to bring them out. So don't yell at me. Don't wonder about it. Everybody, there's like fuzz floating around. Everybody's like, what happened to Poopy? What happened to Poopy? And then somebody commented. I got laughing so hard last night because I felt like shit, you guys. And somebody commented in the video, under the video, they said... I hate to tell you, but Poopy's dead or something like that. I lost it. But anyway, you guys, every time I go to the Dollar General, they have 5 million of those Poopy de chiffons. I don't know why you guys can't find them. I don't know what this is that I'm doing. But what you guys are really here to hear me talk about is Channon Rose. Is she a racist? Is she? Isn't she? Is she? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. So let me tell you the rabbit hole that I fell down the other day. First of all, I want to tell you that two facts, okay? Racism in the United States, racism in the world is a very, very serious topic to me, okay? It is not something that we talk about lightly. It's not something that we tweet out flippant little comments about with hashtags like ignorant, like Channon Rose did. It's an individualized feeling and emotion, and I am not for 1 second, well, I'll read you the response to Sanders that I put in the text message, but it's truly how I feel. But I also wanted to be fair to Channon Rose, and so I wanted to watch her addressing this issue because she said in the tweets that she addresses it, and then I wanted to make my commentary about it. I know Channon Rose is probably watching this video because she retweeted a video that she watched that was an African-American girl talking about how Channon Rose was not a racist, and she actually put up the definitions of racism and all that kind of stuff. So it was actually a well-thought-out video. So I think it had something like 200 views, and Channon Rose watched that. So apparently Channon Rose is watching the videos that are tagging her in this. So good. I'm glad that you are, Channon, because at the end of this video, I will address why I think you didn't handle the situation appropriately. Adult to adult. And let me tell you what I think about Channon Rose to begin with. I mean, I've said on here before, you guys, that Channon Rose is not really my gig. I watched a lot of her videos, and actually the more of her videos that I watched, I'm entertained by her. But what I'm really entertained by about Channon Rose is her discussing her porn star past and her discussing like how it applies today. But like when you go and you look at her, like she's an actress, so her canon of videos, when you look at her canon of videos, she has, I mean, there are a lot of them on there about her porn star past. I think she's an interesting storyteller. I think she tells a story like nobody's business, okay? I do. I think she's a gorgeous woman. I think she looks like, I mean, I live in, suburbia, Indiana, $500,000 homes, kids going to private schools. She looks like every soccer mom driving a Range Rover to me, okay? I mean, it's nothing special. I think she's good looking. I think she looks like she keeps up on the Juvederm treatments and the facelifts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I think she looks good. She does, okay? But she looks like 10 of my friends. I mean, she isn't anything special to me. The reason why she's special on YouTube is because she's the only porn star really in her league telling about her past. That's how she got her start, and then it kind of like transcribed into like this vlogging, this daily vlogging, and people got very interested in her life. Do you guys understand that that's her gig? But the porn star past is what put her on the map. Okay, I mean, you need to understand that because that plays into the relevancy of this whole issue, all right? So, because when you watch and you look at her past, she's done a lot of videos like My Porn Star Past, or like, I'm misquoting these titles, but whatever. A lot of them are clickbait, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them, and they're very well thought out, well done videos where she's very honest, okay? I mean, she did this whole video on fetish videos, not her response video, but where she's talking about cuckolding and what cuckolding is and all that kind of stuff, and she talks in there about, like, she just goes in and she's very honest about describing these sexual situations, people's sexual preferences, and thank God for her. We need somebody like her on YouTube, okay? But I don't know that I think that she's in a position, I mean, listen, you know, she's no Michelle Obama and she's no Oprah, okay? So I don't go to her for my definition of what is racist or what isn't. And I don't think that she's in a position to be making comments about that, okay? I think to some degree it's arrogant and it's dangerous. And the thing is that YouTube is very much a popularity contest. You know, if I had right now, 3.5 million subscribers, you guys would be more likely to subscribe to my channel because you would think everybody else is. He must have some good content out there, which is why people buy subscribers, which is why people buy views, which is why people buy likes, because the more of that you have, Channon Rose did not buy her likes. I'm not saying that, okay? I want to make that very, very clear. I mean, she's built her industry on YouTube because she is so honest talking about her porn star past. But the reason why people buy all of that is because the more you have, the more it looks like somebody should follow me, right? So if I come for a bigger YouTuber like Channon Rose or anybody out there, and I say something negative like I did about Casey Neistat, you know, like I didn't really say anything negative about him, but I just questioned his motives, then like I'm going to get a lot of like negative vibes about that. But I think there are some things that are more important than that. And I think this isn't me bashing Channon Rose. I think that like if I met Channon Rose, I would hope that we could be friends. And that, I mean, she don't care about me, so she don't want to be my friend. But I mean, I would hope that we could be friends. And I could still say to her what I wanted to say to her, because as a friend, I would say to her exactly what I'm going to say today. So let me tell you what happened was that Sanders texted me the other day, and he said he hadn't watched my videos from that day yet. You guys, my chest is absolutely killing me. I apologize. But he said, should I super glue my edges before watching your new videos? LOL. And I said, haha, no, not at all. Sanders is probably going to be pissed that I'm reading these texts, but Sanders, you can get over it because it's the point of the video. Love you, Sanders. But anyway, and then he said, I said, were you worried? And he goes, yeah, because I went off on Twitter last night and I asked myself, what would Peter say about that? I think this is so funny that people always wonder what I would say, right? And I said, LOL, I didn't see it. Was it about the racist stuff? Because I did kind of catch a little bit of it. And he said, yeah, it went left real quick, meaning it went ugly. And this was my response to him. I said, people wanted me to make a video. A lot of people have asked me to make a video about this Channon Rose Sanders thing. As a white man with white privilege, I would never tell an African-American man how to feel about racist remarks or comment on your feelings. I don't think I can for one moment imagine what it's like, therefore it's none of my business. Does that make sense? You can quote me on that too if you want. And then he and I go back and forth, and he says, thanks, that means a lot, and blah, blah, blah. Have you considered making a video about it? And I had considered making a video about it at that point, but to be really honest with you, I didn't really want to stir the shit up. I mean, it had kind of died down, and I thought, well, do we continue to need to talk about this? Well, yes, we do, all right? And I wasn't really going to make a video until I started seeing some of the response videos defending Channon Rose. And I think because then I watched Sanders' video and it was very sad. I have also watched Channon Rose's response video from a year ago that she linked. She doesn't really say anything in there taking responsibility for doing porn that could be seen as racist. She says that people have said to her that she doesn't like Jews and Jewish people, and that she doesn't like black people, and that she loves all kinds of people, and that she promotes, all this kind of stuff, love and compassion. And I think, Shannon, you're sending out a little bit of a mixed message if that's what you think you're doing. I will tell you why. Because if you read the text or the tweets between her and Sanders, what she says is, this was dressed over a year ago. She says to him, stop being desperate for reviews. And then she says, I'm sure he feels silly after seeing the comments he's getting on that video. Ignorant, hashtag. That's very caring and compassionate that you would say it that way. I mean, I, of course, would want to be called... anybody in my life who's caring and compassionate would probably call me ignorant as well, don't you think? And then she says, if you can't distinguish the difference between acting and real life, then you are ignorant. Stop trying to make drama. And then after putting this black man in her place, she goes right into talking about having the best workout sesh with her trainer that she's ever had in her life. I'm happy, Shannon, that after putting an African-American man in his place, basically, for his emotions and his feelings, that you were able to go on and have the best workout session in the world. I would like to bring into topic at this point a little unknown book called To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I don't know if you read it. It came out many, many years ago, I think 1943, 1961. I can't remember what year it came out. I've talked about this on my BookTube channel so many times. 1960. And if you don't know about it, it's about racial segregation in the South and a black man that's put on trial when he's innocent. I wanted to go back because this was a book that my mother and I read together many, many times growing up. And we also watched the movie every fall. So it's kind of timely because if you've seen the movie To Kill a Mockingbird, it very much looks like fall in the Midwest, even though it takes place in the South. But anyway, there's a line in here that I've always remembered that Atticus, Scout's father, I'm educating you guys on this book because I don't know if you've read it. It's mandatory reading, I think, in 7th grade for most schools. I'm not sure if Channon Rose read this book or not. But in here, there's a part when Scout, Jean Louise, the main character, who's a little girl, she makes some nasty comments towards a fellow student of hers and basically says he's poor and all this kind of stuff, right? And so Atticus takes her out on the front porch, and Atticus says to her, first of all, Scout, if you can learn a simple trick, First of all, Scout, if you can learn a simple trick, you'll get along a lot better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view. Sir, she said, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. And it made me think of the situation for a second because I really think as YouTubers and as people putting videos out into the world, we're in a really powerful position. And like I said, YouTube is a popularity contest, okay? If you have a lot of subscribers on here, a lot of people are going to follow you and you have the chance to do a lot of good with it. I kind of wonder what would have happened in this situation had Sanders put out the comment, right? And Shannon, if you had commented back and said, as a white woman in the United States, I will never know what it feels like to be in your position. I apologize if I've ever offended you and let me know what I can do to correct that behavior. Wow. That's pretty powerful. And I think in 2016, going into 2017, and maybe one of the worst elections we've ever seen in our entire world, and in an area where there are black on black crime, black on white crime, police fighting all of us fighting police, violence everywhere in the streets. It is a really dangerous time in the world. The kind of power that you hold on YouTube with so many subscribers and so many people that love you because you are compassionate and kind in your videos towards them, to extend that compassion and kindness to another part of the world and to wake up the world and show them what it's like to take responsibility for your actions, unless you truly don't believe you did anything wrong because you are an actress on the level of Meryl Streep. If you are, this is what I believe. I think if Meryl Streep had ever done a role in her life where she had ever offended anybody, I think she would come out publicly and I think she would take responsibility for that, and she would say it was never my intention to harm you in any way. It was my intention to educate. I'm not going to put words in Meryl Streep's mouth. She's a pretty classy lady. If you see yourself as an actress like her, I think this is a moment to take a lot of that power and that prestige that you have as a really likable, kind, compassionate, cool, super cool chick on YouTube that has a great story and use it for something good, okay? Stop referring us to a video a year ago where you talk about how you did or didn't escort. That doesn't explain away these possibly racist remarks towards an African-American man that he feels that he was offended by it, okay? We have to start taking responsibility and being a kinder, compassionate world to each other. We can't just sit back and say, I addressed that in a video a year ago. Get over it. You're ignorant. I bet you look ignorant for the comments below, okay? That would hurt me. As a gay man, if I felt offended by something that somebody said in a video and I came out and I said something about it and that was the response I got, I can tell you immediately I would say they are homophobic and they felt every bit of what they were doing. If they had come at me and they said, listen, I feel really strongly that I need to take responsibility for the way that I apparently hurt you or your race or whatever, let me own that part and let me take responsibility for it and maybe we can move on. I would have been like, that person's learned a lot from their life, okay? That person's come a long way. I didn't see you do that. I saw you lash out. So that's just my observation. I don't know if you're truly a racist or not, and I don't really give a shit if you are. I think that if you're not, then you're being perceived in a light that maybe you don't want to be perceived in. I think if you are, then I think you need to maybe rethink some of the things that you're putting out there into the world. It's very, very dangerous on YouTube. You know, in 10 years, like I've said before, this isn't just going to be YouTube. This is going to be a world where, you know, like, there is no television or cable anymore. People are going to come to this. Netflix is making cable obsolete. So when you're following somebody's life, when you're following their vlogs, they're starting to affect the way you think about things. Channon Rose, you're affecting a lot of people. Affect it in a positive way. Do something positive with this. I'm just asking you to take ownership of your part and in any way that you might have hurt anybody out there, okay? It's really easy to do. And if by doing this video I've offended or hurt anybody by any of the comments that I make, I apologize. That was not my intention, and let me know if I can correct it. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.